Hello student, today our topic of discussion is population composition. So in this chapter we found age structure, sex composition, X-sex pyramids, rural and urban composition, literacy and occupational structure. So these are the important topics that we found in population composition. So first of all we talk about age structure. In age structure, whole population divided into three categories. Okay, first category is 0 to 14, that means child group. Then next we found 15 to 59, that means is adult group. Then next we found 6 plus, that means old age group. So these are the three types of groups we found in age structure. Now such type of division of population into age group is simply called as age structure. Now what is the importance to study age structure in geography? So simply knowing the age structure of population, one can make or draw numerous conclusions from this characteristic, that means age structure. Now what is this? For example, if any country have more than 0 to 14 age group child, that means if any country have more population belongs to this group, that means 0 to 14 child group, that means we can say that this country will have enormous manpower in future. Now next, if any country have 60 plus age group, that means 60 plus old age group plus this child group, then this country we can say will have dependent on working population. Now working population means which group? Working population means simply 50 to 59. This means that means this adult group is considered as working population. Now if any country have more population in this group, that means 50 to 59 adult group, that means this country have lower dependent population. So this is a simple good indicator about socio-economic condition of a country. Now next we talk about sex composition. Now what is sex composition? It is the ratio number of females to male, okay, in the population. So simply we call it as a sex composition. So we write it as it is a ratio between the number of females to males. Okay, so this is a ratio, that sex composition between the number of females to male. Now in some other countries it was stated as number of males per 1,000 female in other countries, or we can say in some countries, but in our country it was stated as number of female per 1,000 male. Okay, so this is simply called as a sex composition. Now what is the importance of this character? Okay, that means this sex composition, why it is important to study in geography. Now for example, generally if I give one example, then you understand it better way. Generally, if any country have a low sex ratio, that it indicate low status of women. Okay, so low sex ratio equal to low status of women and prefers to male child. So it is a good indicator about the socio-economic condition of a country. Now next we talk about a sex pyramid. Okay, now this is a pyramid. Okay, the age sex when shown in a pyramid, we simply call it as a sex pyramid. So here it is, the important is shape. Okay, so the shape of a sex pyramid is a good indicator about socio-economic condition of a country. Now next we talk about rural and urban composition. Now on the basis of place of residence of population of a country, generally divided into two categories, that means rural population and urban population. So it is also a good indicator, we can say, or we can say that situation of a country. We can simply analysis on the basis of rural population and urban population, the situation or the scenery of a country, whether it is developed or underdeveloped or developing country. Okay, now moving to our next category is that means literacy. Okay, now literacy means simply who can read, write and can do simple arithmetic with understanding. So we simply known as it as a literate pupil, or we can say literacy. Now it is also a good indicator about socio-economic condition of a country. Now our last is occupational structure. We know that occupational structure generally divided into different categories. These categories are primary. First category is primary, then secondary. Okay, now next is tertiary, and last is quaternary. Okay, so these are the fourth category in in occupational structure. So in primary structure or primary division means fishing, agricultural type of activity, and secondary means manufacturing industries come under in this category. Tertiary means different types of service. It can be banking, it can be transport, it can be communication. So different types of services we come into tertiary. Then now quaternary, these activities are specialized in tertiary activity. Okay, so these are the some activity we found in occupation. Now what is the importance of occupational structure in geography? Why we study it in demographic geography? So it is important because if I give you one example, then you understand it better way. For example, countries with most of its pupil engage in three activity, that means secondary, tertiary and quaternary. Okay, in this category, then we simply call it as a developed country. Okay, so on the basis of occupational structure, we found developed and developing countries. So on the basis of occupational structure, we found developed country and developing country. Countries with most of pupil if engage in primary activity, then this country come under developing or underdeveloped, or the country with most of its pupil engage in secondary, tertiary and quaternary, and this category come under in developed country. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you.